We're here with Georgie Young, who's the captain of France. Welcome, Georgie. Good to see you. France here for the second year. How exciting is that for you?
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, Maggie. I think we had a really great initial or inaugural tournament last year with a really nice welcome from the Europe Netball family, which was quite unanticipated and made it really special for us. And so, of course, we're really, really excited to be able to come back and to build upon what we put out on court last year.
Yeah, no, it's really exciting for us as well. It's great to have France and expanding the European countries for us, and even better. And how well did you do last year? So what should we be looking at in France's play this year that we didn't see last year?
Yeah, look, I think that's really interesting because obviously we laid a great foundation last season and we definitely don't want to go away from some of that foundation that we put on the court last year in Cardiff. And we also have several returning players to the squad. So you will see some familiar faces and also some familiar things out on court. But at the same time, we also have some new faces in the squad. We've been able to build upon and work on things this season that we didn't have time to work on last year. And so I think there's a lot in store. So I hope everyone will be watching and supporting us both here in the Isle of Man and also back home in France.
I'm sure they will be. And I know you've been over playing the UK Armed Forces and you've been playing out in Gloucester. How's all that preparation been going?
Yeah, so the UCAF match was a really great opportunity for us to test ourselves against a really strong netball system. Obviously, in France, we have limited opportunities for match play because it is still a growing sport in the country. And the Netball France board is working really hard to expand the sport in France. But obviously, the opportunity to come over and play in a system where netball is more established, like the UK, is great preparation for competitions like this one.
Yeah, no, it's really exciting. And for people to see that on social media, well done and really good planning by your coaches as well. Just want to finish off with a couple of little questions that I appreciate as captain. You have to be loyal, but let's see if we can drop a couple of the players in it. Who's the joker of the squad?
So we have a new player joining our squad this year. Her name's Tatum, and she definitely has been keeping us well on our toes, keeping the vibe light in the squad. And so you can look out for her on court. She's a goaler, so she'll be nailing them from close and from afar, but also keeping us laughing when we're on the sidelines as well.
Excellent. And who, dare I ask, is somebody who comes late to the court or the training or meetings?
So everyone has their moments, so I don't want to particularly necessarily call out one individual person, but we do have someone rooming with our team manager this week, and we think that maybe she's been put in with our team manager to make sure that she shows up on time. That's all I'll say.
That's very, very loyal of you, Georgie. Can I just say, really hope you have a great 4 days. We look forward to seeing France back on the court for their second year. And of course, after this event, you'll be then getting ranking points as well. So even more exciting for you as a governing body. So good luck. Okay, we're here with Natalie Foster, who's the co-captain of the French team, who are here for the open event in the Isle of Man. Welcome, Natalie. Great to see you. How was your journey over?
Good, thanks. There's no direct flights to Isle of Man from France, so everyone had to take a bit of a detour, but everyone's here safe and sound, which is good.
Good. And the recovery is working out well because we're obviously kicking off tomorrow morning, but everybody's relaxed and chilled?
We all arrived yesterday, so everyone's had a sleep. We've done some team building today, so everyone's feeling good and relaxed, yeah.
No swim in the Irish Sea?
Not yet, but there's a few who are keen, so maybe it's recovery tomorrow after our first match.
Sounds a really good plan. So obviously you and Georgie are co-captains, which is a great honour, so congratulations for that. And France is in their second year, and I know this is your first year for representing France. How are the two of you working together in that captaincy role?
Really well. We're lucky that we both play for the same club back in Paris too, so we know each other quite well. And we're really trying to be there to support each other, support all of the girls. There's a few new additions to the team this year, myself included. So there's a few nerves, but I think the experience last year was a really enjoyable one and everyone had a great comp. So hopefully some of the newness and nerves have gone, and we're just trying to be there to be the link between the coaches and the rest of the girls.
Yeah, it's really essential, isn't it, to be that voice as well. And you mentioned new caps as well coming in, and it's obviously your first year. How do you get them to prepare and plan for the matches?
So we have a really great team. Actually, we have a performance analyst who's with us, and we're really lucky to have. So we do some prep before each game based on the opposition. We're also trying to do some team building each day just to kind of lighten the mood and to distract everyone a little bit just before we go out on court. So the balance between the two, like good prep, but also some relaxation built into the schedule.
Yeah, great, well done. And Fran is the first French coach from last year, so is also an experienced coach working with London Pulse, I understand, and so it must be good to be supporting her too.
Yeah, great. I mean, we've had a really great season so far. Lots of content in trainings, lots of learning. So I think we're all just really excited to try to put it out on court.
No, it's great. Okay, I asked Georgie a couple of little silly questions, and I'm going to put it to you as well, the same questions, and see if you come up with the same answers. And I guess the first question is, who's the joker in the French squad?
No hesitations, Tatum, for sure.
Bang on. And the last question is, who is possibly late to training or late to meetings and so on? Try and drop somebody in it.
It's not very original, but I'd have to go with Tatum again. We kind of have a running joke that someone always has to keep their eye on her to make sure that she's on time, she's got her trainers, she hasn't forgot something. So yeah, she definitely keeps us entertained.
I look forward to meeting Tatum one day and having a conversation with her as well. But Natalie, thank you so much for giving up your time. Good luck with the next 4 days. Good luck in your first time playing for France as well. And we look forward to seeing France out there on the court and earning the ranking points after this year. Thanks, Natalie.
Thanks, Maggie.
We have got Fran Plom here, who's head coach of the French netball team. And welcome, Fran, for coming over. It's lovely to see you after your inaugural season last year. How are you feeling and how's the preparation going?
Yeah, so I think we're really excited to be here. It's obviously a great competition. We had a good time last season, so I'm excited to be back. Obviously, where we are coming in second season, it's made it a bit easier to prepare. We know what to expect a bit more, so I think that's been really helpful in terms of how we've prepared in camps and competitions in the lead up to this.
And can I ask you, what kind of learning did you take as a head coach last year from being in Cardiff?
I think it was really good to see what kind of the other nations are doing, what standards they're at, the style of play that they have, and thinking about how we can combat those different styles of play, and also where we are in relation to other teams and what we need to do in terms of building to move up and to compete against some other nations as well.
You've got Malta playing for the first time against you this year. Obviously, they were in the other division last year. So what should we be expecting from France this year on the court that we perhaps didn't see last year?
So I think we had a lot of learnings from last year around kind of competition environment and also making sure that we don't let the game roll away from us. So what we're hoping is to really stick to our structures and look at what we're doing on the court and making sure that we're doing the things that we wanted to put in place and doing those consistently. But obviously it's really exciting to be playing a new nation in Malta. Not 100% sure what to expect, but we've got last year's huddle footage to be able to look through as well.
You mentioned Huddle, and it's great, isn't it? We've got several countries now engaged in working with Huddle and performance analysis. How much, and I know, you're very, very fortunate to have your own PA with you. How do you work with him to actually help the players learn and observe and analyse better?
Yeah, I think that the Huddle platform has been really invaluable. So thank you to Europe Netball for putting on that pilot and continuing to run that. I think that it's been also invaluable to have Aaron with us. He obviously does lots of stats and he's able to kind of live code. So we look at lots of different things, and often what we're finding is that the stats are correlating with what the feedback that we're giving on the court. So it also kind of reinforces that feedback and allows like a visual representation of what we're trying to tell them. So yeah, big part of our program and hoping to kind of build and continue on that.
Yeah, very, very exciting. And I know you're a coach within the London Pulse and also coaching within Netball France, which is fantastic. So you get loads of experience from that point of view. You've got two captains this year in Georgie and Natalie. Can you just explain a little bit how that works and how you formulate or how you appointed those two?
Yes, so what we do in France is we appoint a leadership team, so a slightly wider team because our national squad in France is mixed, and we have a relatively big pool of players. And then that leadership team, they kind of act as that kind of captaincy group throughout the season. And then those from the leadership team who come to competition are then selected into that captaincy role. So they're already doing a lot of those leadership kind of roles early on in the season, and they already have those established relationships with the team, which makes it a little bit easier when we then step into competition.
No, it's fantastic, and you having spoken to them both, you've got two very good leaders, and it's great to have that democracy going on within your leadership group. Can I ask you, what are your ambitions for this event?
Yes, so obviously this year is a really exciting year for us. France will get our first world ranking, which is a real pivotal moment, I think, for the history of netball in France. So our ambitions is to go out and put on performances that will allow us to be as successful as possible within the world rankings. But ultimately as well, what we also want to do is see improved performances. So we want to have grown from last season. We want to have been able to see development as a squad and also as individuals, and see those kind of structures and ways of play that we want to do in France coming out consistently on the court.
No, well, I wish you very best of luck. All right, we really are looking forward to seeing France out there on the court. It was so exciting last year, and it's great to have the flag up there for France and being part of our members in Europe Netball. Best of luck, Fran. Have a great 4 days of competition.
Thank you.
Cheers, Fran.